BP on Wednesday launched its latest bid to plug the gushing well in the Gulf of Mexico by force-feeding it heavy drilling mud, a maneuver known as a top kill that has never been tried before, 5,000 feet underwater. The oil giant's chief executive earlier gave the procedure a 60 to 70% chance of working, and President Barack Obama cautioned Wednesday there were no guarantees. BP spokesman Steve Reinhardt said the company will pump mud for hours, and officials have indicated it may be a couple of days before they know whether the procedure is working. The top kill involves pumping enough mud into the gusher to overcome the flow of oil, and engineers plan to follow it up with cement to try to permanently seal the well. A live video stream showed pictures of the oil gushing and the blowout preventer, the 5-story device the mud was being pumped into. A weak spot in the device could blow under the pressure, causing a brand new leak. Gene Beck, a petroleum engineering professor at Texas A&M and College Station, said the endeavor would likely fail quickly if the mud could not overcome the pressure of the oil. BP plc was leasing the rig Deepwater Horizon when it exploded April 20th, killing 11 workers and triggering the spill that has so far spewed at least 7 million gallons into the Gulf. Oil has begun coating birds and washing into Louisiana's delicate wetlands. Witness statements obtained by the Associated Press show senior managers complained BP was taking shortcuts the day of the explosion by replacing heavy drilling fluid with salt water in the well that had blew out. I overheard upper management talking, saying that BP was taking shortcuts by displacing the well with salt water instead of mud without sealing the well with cement plugs. This is why it blew out, Crawford said in his statement. BP declined to comment. The statements show workers talked just minutes before the blowout about pressure problems in the well. At first, nobody seemed too worried. The chief mate for Transocean left 2 crew members to deal with the issue on their own. What being as a routine pressure problem, however, suddenly turned into panic. The workers called bosses to report a situation, with assistant driller Stephen Curtis telling one senior operator that the well was coming in. Someone told well site leader Donald Vedrine that they were getting mud back. The drilling supervisor, Jason Anderson, tried to shut down the well. It didn't work. Both Curtis and Anderson died in the explosion. At a hearing in New Orleans on Wednesday, Douglas Brown, the Deepwater Horizon's chief mechanic, testified about what he described as a skirmish between someone he called the company man, a BP official, and 3 other employees during a meeting the day of the explosion. Brown said he didn't pay particular attention to what they were discussing because it did not involve his engine room duties. He later said he did not know the BP official's name. The driller outlined what would be taking place, but the company man stood up and said, "We'll be having some changes to that," Brown testified. He said the 3 other workers initially disagreed, but the company man said, "This is how it's going to be." Frustration with BP and the federal government has only grown since then, as efforts to stop the leak have failed. Obama prepared to head to the Gulf on Friday to review efforts to halt the oil that scientists said seems to be growing significantly darker from what they can see in an underwater video. It suggests that heavier, more polluting oil is spewing out.